Now we're working. Okay. Now we are live. Fantastic. Got the green light. Got all the green lights. Everything's looking good. My name is Bezad.
I'm Risa.
And we are here from Wonder Looper. And today we're going to have a little community live stream. We haven't had one of these in a while. If you recognize our faces, maybe you've seen us doing other live streams. But this is the Wonder Looper live stream, and we're going to talk about all things Wonder Looper today. We've got a lot of things to talk to you guys about. We'll give them the room a moment here to populate. Right. But it's nice to see everybody. We are broadcasting live from Yokohama, Japan. And it's good to see some familiar faces in the chat. David Reyes standing by. Good to see you, my friend. Great. We've got, on the agenda today, we've got Fall-Winter 2023 updates. So we're going to go over all the spec updates for the existing items. So there were a couple of changes that we made to that. We've got some new color.
New colors.
New fits, new colors. We're going to go over all that. We've got a new color option in the double heavyweight T-shirt. So that's we're going to talk about that one. We've got sweatpants. We've got zip hoodies. And then we're going to talk about the state of the ultimate Pima T-shirt. So what's going on with that. And then we're going to get on to spring summer 2024 previews. This is the world preview of spring summer 24. We haven't even shown our retail partners this yet. You guys are getting the first look at Spring Summer 24 before absolutely anybody. Nobody has seen this except for Risa and I and our good people at the mills. But yeah, that's it. So we're excited to show that off.
Hopefully our retail partners also join this
live
stream.
we did invite some of them to come in, so hopefully we'll see some of those folks turn up in the chat. It would be great to see them here. Checking in with the chat, we've got the Raven. Hello, good to see you. Nick Vipaloo, good morning. Jap27, hey guys, hello. Alex, excited to be here. Us too. Pedro, tuning in to see what the Looper is going to be cooking up. We got lots of things cooking up. So let's start off with fall-winter 2023 updates. So the first thing you might notice, actually, I want to take you over to our little website that we have. So let's see if that works here, and it's not working. Oh, there we go. You'll see that there's a few photo updates, and there's also you'll see there's sweatpants. The first, like the main photo is up. We're going to be updating it with the on model and detail photo soon. But you can see all the colors of the new sweatpants are up on the website right now. So in the double heavyweight French terry and in the FoxFibre as well. You can see, anyways, you can sign up for the email notification if you like. But you can get a first glance at the sweatpants on the website right now. Probably in the next couple of days, you'll see all the fit photos and all that showing up as well. So
and the measurements are in too, so you can figure out your sizing if you need to. And then,
some measurements right there. Yeah.
Oh,
no, I think it's just a Windows size issue. But anyways, you can see centimeters and inches. We got you covered there, and as well as where we measure everything.
Okay,
so,
I'm going to do fixing of that after, but.
And then another thing to notice on the website is that the main photo for all of our products have updated to the new fit. We are going to be updating the on model photo soon, but you can see like on the Crewneck, for example, we have the binder collar, which is a change, and then we have the inlaid V, which is now on top of the fabric instead of inside. So
well, it's still inlaid,
right?
Yeah,
it's just the way that it was constructed has changed a little bit.
The size is a little bigger.
Right. Yeah, and then a slight taper at the bottom now. Anyways, we'll get into all those details, but you can see all the new colors that we have available. And yeah, with the new colors, you'll see the model photo update soon. Yeah. But you can see the difference between. We can talk about it here, but you can see the difference between season 1. With the collar and the V versus season 2. So this is season 2. This is going to be how it's going to be going forward. Yeah. And this was the original one. So we just wanted to make sure that the collar on the sweatshirts matched what we had on the t-shirts, right? And then the V, I don't know, we just changed it up a little bit.
Yeah, it's a little bit more maybe.
It's bigger also.
Yeah. Yes, we talked
Yeah.
about that,
Yeah.
but it's a little bit more like vintage kind of look, I think. So, for people who like that, that's
Yeah.
yeah. I think it's nice.
Right. So other than that, all pretty much all the other details remain the same, and
The fit is the same,
yeah,
except for the bottom
Slight
ribs
tape.
is slightly
Smaller,
narrower.
yeah.
But yeah, just yeah, the hoodies. Oh, so the hoodies, the update here is that we have thicker cords,
Yeah. So
thicker branded cords.
right
So we have like Wonder Looper
on the
embossed or embossed
yeah,
on
the aglet.
yeah.
Yeah. So
And then for those of you who have been following us, you know the change in the double heavyweight French terry hoodies that previous version had the double layered hood,
yeah.
whereas this season 2 ones are gonna be single layered.
Right. So unfortunately, the mill was having not the mill, but the factory was having a terrible time sewing the hoods. So they were super duper thick, and it became an issue for them.
Right.
So
and it's it was going to be a matter of like whether we can continue this product. So we just we want them to continue sewing it. So we just made a little change so that we can continue making them. I think it actually kind of is nice too because it's easier to dry the hood. I did notice that the double layered hood takes forever to dry.
Yeah, it will be a welcome change, I think. Although I do like, anyways, there's pros and cons, but I do like the feeling of that super duper heavy hood. But anyways, the new hood is still a heavy hood, and you have the French terry loops exposed on the inside so you can see it. So, aesthetically, it doesn't look too different, and functionally, it will certainly dry a lot easier.
Yeah.
So,
And then for the FoxFibre hoods, they're still going to be double layered because that fabric is a little bit thinner than double heavyweight, obviously. So it could use a little bit of a like a shape.
Right.
So we kept that double layered.
That detail was still there. Adam Schwabel writes, "Are you still planning to offer the thicker tension strings for the hoodies for those of us who have the season 1 edition?" Yes.
You can just write it in the notes section if you're ordering something, and we ship it with the order. Or if you want us to send it on its own, I don't know how to do that. Not sure.
It's not worth the shipping, I think.
It will be.
Yeah.
Yeah, we would have to charge the shipping. Although if you're willing to, I mean, I don't mind.
Yeah. Anyways, we'll figure out a full game plan, and we'll have it
Yeah.
available with the fall/winter 2023 release, which will be coming up very soon. But I just want to show you guys. We have all the new samples here. So this is the season 2 hoodie, and you can see the hood here is a single ply instead of the double ply like it was from the first season. But
it's still kind of like
Oh, yeah.
pops up. It's not a floppy.
no, it still has a lot of structure here. So that is a 701 GSM, it's like a 20-ounce denim, essentially, fabric. So the hood still has a lot of shape to it. So you're not going to lose out too much on that. So if you have season 1, season 2, if you have a season 1 hoodie, you're a real OG. That's for sure. But you're not missing out.
This is my favorite new detail. Talked about it constantly, but
yeah, it might be hard to see here, but
doesn't
see if I can
catch,
pull it
but
up on our Instagram.
Yeah.
I'm sure we have a photo of it somewhere. Or I say I'm sure, but I don't know if I'm sure. Okay, maybe I didn't post that. Anyways, we'll have to post some more photos on the IG soon. But so that is the new changes to the double heavyweight hoodie and the Crewnecks. Maybe let's just pull up a Crewneck sweatshirt just to show people on the live here. Okay, and so here's the new Crewneck in the green, in the collegiate green. So you have that, you have the binder collar for the collar, and then the new V shape, and then the stitching also extends a little bit here as well. But you can see it's actually stitched into the fabric. It's not just put on top.
Yeah, let's talk about it. So the reason why we have the inlaid V, the reason why anybody ever has this V, it originally came from the like vintage sweatshirt. They used to have a problem of neckline, you know,
stretching
out too much, and it kind of looks weird after a while. So this V gusset is there to prevent the neckline from stretching too much.
Yeah.
And sometimes maybe you've seen it in like
double
both,
V.
In the back and in the front. I think, you know, nowadays, like the more common one is just on the front, but because people are like so used to seeing that detail, sometimes people don't really understand the functionality of that V, and they just like sometimes put on the V stitch or just put
sometimes they'll put a piece of fabric, or sometimes they'll just put the stitching. Yeah.
And if the rib fabric is just like put on the body and stitched on, it doesn't really have any functionality, because it's just decorational. But when it's inlaid into the fabric, it does help with the stretching of the neckline.
So it is a functional piece, and then just another piece of functional architecture on our sweatshirts is these rib side panels. So this allows you to have like a nice shape, but as you move, this moves with you. So I think a great detail. You don't see this on too many sweatshirts. Definitely a vintage detail, and I'm glad that we have it here as well. Right.
And then all the stitching here on the side panel, they're all flat seam construction. So that doesn't, you know, even though the fabric is super thick, the seam wouldn't really bother you too much.
Yeah. So a lot of thought goes into making these, and I'm very happy with these double heavyweights. I'm happy that we're getting back into double heavyweight season.
Yeah.
It's not. I think we talked about it on our yesterday's live stream with Naked and Famous, but it's still a little hot here. But as soon as those temperatures go down, like this is my go-to winter piece. Like sometimes I don't even wear a jacket outside. It doesn't get that cold here in Japan, so sometimes like my double heavyweight sweatshirt is just my jacket.
Yeah, you need to go out without a coat in the winter.
Right.
Which
so
I wouldn't do, but I mean, you're a Canadian,
right?
So you got
I'm used to the cold.
Just on the side note, also, like we are on the side panel, rib panel. Usually, you just have a single layer because why would you? But because this body fabric is so thick. We didn't have a rib fabric that matches the thickness. So we double up on the side rib panel just so that like you don't feel like this
it's too flimsy,
too thin, or anything. But
right. Christian B writes, will the French terry hoodies and sweatpants come in charcoal? In the double heavyweight.
The only gray is this gray.
Yeah, so like a classic kind of collegiate gray.
Yeah, but let's just show
But we do
some
have
grays.
Yeah.
So in the fleeced FoxFibres, we have a running gray, which is this heather gray, light heather gray, which is kind of similar, just a slight variation of the color. And then
the
newly
new color.
Introduced color for the fall 23 would be this charcoal gray.
So we've got the charcoal, and then we have the classic gray. So there's two gray options here in the FoxFibre. So if you're looking for gray, we got you covered here. This will also be available in the sweatpants as well. So
and the zip hoodie.
And the zip hoodie. And the crew neck. So everything comes in everything, just to keep things, accessible for everybody.
Yeah,
it does complicate our lives a little bit.
Yeah,
but,
we have a lot of
SKUs now. So this is the new charcoal gray, just getting into the new colors that we're offering for the fall season. The new charcoal gray in the fleeced FoxFibre hoodie. And then other new colors that we have available are in the double heavyweight, we've got the red. We've got the ecru.
So ecru one, I don't know if you can see this, but
it might be too overexposed there.
It does have the cotton seams. So it's
from back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a real, like, undyed, crew, so it does have the cotton seeds built in there. It has a real natural vibe.
And then we've got the green as well. So you saw that earlier. So 3 new colors. These are going to be available in addition to the existing colors, which are the black, the gray, the navy, and the khaki green. So is that 7 colors now? I don't even know.
Yeah,
1,
so
2,
we have
3,
7
4.
colors in double heavyweight and 3 colors in the fleece FoxFibre. So we have 10 options of each of the fit, and now we have 4 fits. Last season we only had 2 fits, the pullover Crewneck and pullover hoodie. On top of that, we have zip hoodie and sweatpants. So all of the fabric is going to be available in all 4 fits. So we have 40 new stuff.
And the zip hoodie is something I wish, well, anyway, I wanted to do it first season, but anyways, it's here now for second season. It took us a while to get the zipper, the right zipper.
Yeah.
This was a big work in progress.
Yeah. Because, we don't compromise. So with the zippers, we also wanted to find the best option that kind of goes with what we're doing here.
Yeah. So this is a vintage Waldy's zipper. It's a double zip, so it zips up from the top and the bottom. So you can, you have options there. Real steel, and it's actually gonna age in patina as well. So the sweatshirts over time, obviously, with wash and wear will fade and change color, but so will the hardware. And now you've got like this heavy duty sweatshirt, almost like a parka, and you've got the great double zip option for you here. So with all of the same details, so you've got that side rib panel, you've got the raglan sleeve, you've got the thick hoodie, which isn't double ply, but still, and then you have those thick drawstring cords as well. So a beautiful vintage zipper, not something that you see on very, very many things. I don't know if you can see all the details there, but we'll get all close-up shots for everything.
Yeah.
But a nice, sturdy metal zipper.
Yeah, it does have, I like that it's going to patina. It's going to look very, like as it ages, it's going to look more prominent, I think.
Yeah.
So,
and these zippers are all made in Japan as well.
Yeah, very vintage way of making zippers. I actually have to study up a little bit more on zipper like details, but it is so it used to be an American brand, Waldy's, and in America they stopped making this, so like just like anything, Japanese picked it up and picked up the brand, and they make zipper a really old school way today.
Right.
In Japan.
Yeah, and you only see this stuff on like repro military garments and things that are trying to be very era specific, because obviously you might be able to find a handful of these dead stock zippers here and there, but they're made to spec the same way that they were made back in the day. So we're happy to use these zippers. We wanted to have something extra special. You're going to spend a lot of money on these sweatshirts. We want to make sure you have an extra special zipper that goes with it as well.
Just a little bit of an insider information. Yeah. So, like anything, you buy, like the whole point is you buy bulk, you get a better price.
No.
With this zipper, single zipper, 500 zippers, it's the same price. 1,000 zippers, which is crazy, but I get it. It's.
I'll say this: at the chain stores, you could probably buy a hoodie with a full hoodie with a zipper and everything delivered to the store and everything, for less than what the zippers cost on these garments.
Perhaps.
They're very expensive zippers. They're very nice zippers, but anyhow, we wanted to make sure we had the best, so we got the best. Jap27 writes, is that zip up the same weight as the pullover? Yeah, so it's the same fabric. So it's the 701 GSM double heavyweight French terry, and so it's the same fabric. Just instead of the with the pullover, this one has a front zip. David Reyes, is that a medium Bezad just modeled? Yes, these are all mediums. Now they're all. I would wear a medium pretty much in everything that we make. with our t-shirts, it depends on, like, I'm wearing a medium right now. I'm 5'8", between 165, 170 pounds. I fluctuate in that range. I wear a medium. I could wear a large. I could wear an extra large in our t-shirts. Just depends on what I wanted, how I want to wear it. Medium fits me pretty well, as you can see here.
You probably wouldn't go smaller than this.
No.
But like if you are wearing it like inside of a layer or something, this is probably the best size for you.
Yeah.
But with the t-shirts, you can oversize it. Like, for instance, like I usually wear a extra small, but when I put on like a small, it's nice because it's like, I got extra room and it's a different look too. Like you're a little bit more oversized.
Right. With the sweaters, they are in a medium. It's perfect for me. They are sized to shrink a little bit in the wash. So just keep that in mind. As all knitwear shrinks a little bit in the wash. So just be aware of that. So I wear a medium, and they fit me right off the rack pretty well, and they fit me well even after shrinkage. So
and the pullover hoodie and zip hoodie are the exact same measurements. Obviously with zip hoodie you can wear it open and whatever, but the measurements when it's closed and everything is the exact same.
Yeah. Also, if you do, I don't recommend you put things in the dryer. We torture test everything, so everything does go in the dryer. They shrink in the dryer like anything would. We do hot wash, hot everything just to, see what the worst case scenario is. And even if it does shrink a little bit, you can get pretty much most of the shrinkage back by just stretching the garment out.
Yeah, so the key is to do that in between the wash and the dry cycle. So when it's damp, you take it out of the washer, you pull on the fabric a little bit just so that you make sure that shrinkage is minimal.
Yeah, but even if you've gone through the whole thing, you can still get most of it back. I would just a pro tip, like if you got an iron, I would imagine many of you do, hit it with the steam really hard, get the fabric a little damp, and then tug on the fabric. Not so much that you're gonna to be fair, I've put a lot of force into I test everything. Yeah. I've really given it my go. I'm not maybe as strong as some of you guys are.
Yeah. And also you have the option to get another one that's sitting in there.
That's true.
Yeah.
Don't go hog wild on it. But if you tug on it and you stretch the areas that need stretching, if it has maybe shrunken areas that you need a little bit more room, you can get back a lot of the shrinkage that way. All right. She's out. Any plans to add a stockist in New York City? Would love to try a shirt or a hoodie on before purchasing. Yes. So in New York, you're going to be able to find our products at Standard and Strange, and as well as in Santa Fe and in Oakland. So right now they'll probably get their delivery in the next couple of weeks.
We'll see. It's still sitting here, but we'll ship it. It's
going to be shipping soon.
Yeah.
So you will have a chance to get. They don't have everything.
No, but they do have a lot of the sweatshirts.
They do have a lot of the sweatshirts. So if there's something they don't have, you can certainly ask them, or you can get an idea of it. Maybe if they don't have the color you want, they might be able to get it for you. But at least you can try it on and you can see it in person in New York.
Yeah. And then obviously we list the retail partner list on our website. We update as we go. We just added the Standard and Strange. So if you are wondering what. If you're looking for a specific product, if they're gonna get them or not, you can contact the retailer directly.
Right. Or people are commenting on my hair. Buzz cut. I think if I were to cut my hair, it would be buzz cut. Maybe. Buzz cut. Yeah, just not skin, but little hair.
Little hair.
Yeah, little hair.
Okay.
Yeah, like a bald head, I think is too extreme for me.
It's a little extreme, especially if you still have hair. You have an option there.
Yeah, but really short,
military. Guy. Style.
Something like that, maybe.
I mean, those are easier to maintain. I guess you can just buzz it yourself. Right?
I guess so.
Right.
I don't know. I've never had to do that. I've had very few haircuts in my life. Yeah. Okay. Jap27 writes, I don't know why, but I noticed that the Ultimate Pima tees are very easy to clean. An egg yolk stain I had washing away like nothing. You know what? I was also this morning thinking about that because I wear since even before the Ultimate Pima T-shirt came out in white, just during the entire Japan hot, humid, sunny weather, like that was my uniform. I just wore those every day, and I don't have a black. I mean, I have a black one, but I only wore whites. I have 3 of them, and I wear them pretty much every day.
Yeah, in different sizes.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It's funny. I do have them all in different sizes, and I'm messy. Like, we eat a lot of pasta. Things get on my shirt, and I was looking at mine today, and I'm like, there are no stains on this, and it's in the wash. I wear my shirt once or twice before they hit the wash, so like,
yes.
And you're not doing anything special, and they come out perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, the stains I don't let it.
Yeah, you don't let them last, but yeah, they do stay white pretty well. I don't know if that's attributed to anything really, but I did notice it.
Good side.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't spill anything. Try not to spill anything, though.
Yeah.
I mean.
I'm not saying that it's a result of the cotton or anything like that, but I have also noticed that. I was really thinking about that this morning, so it's kind of interesting you mentioned that. Can you share how the FoxFibre looks after it's washed? And Bode writes, yes, I can. I can go grab my sweatshirt.
I can go grab my sweatshirt.
Well, I'm already going.
All right. Okay, so he's gonna bring that. It will look different after certain washes, just like any other garment, obviously, but especially with the fleeced foxfiber, because the inside of that foxfiber part is like finely brushed, and that's what that like softness makes even better. But with wash and wear, obviously with little abrasion and all that stuff, like it's going to look slightly different. Like, like a vintage sweatshirt. It's still going to be soft, but it's going to have it on like its own character.
So that one's yours.
All right.
And this one's mine. So we both had the oatmeal ones.
Yeah.
Color-wise on the outside, I mean, I think they're identical. I don't think ours have evolved too differently. Then I'll get a new one.
Yeah. So I mean, there is a picture on the website on our product page too. But like I said, so the fine brushing, like all the little fuzzes will kind of clump up a little.
Yeah.
It's still very soft and cozy, but
yeah, you can see it's maybe a little difficult to see here, but you see that the color has even changed a little bit. Like this is a little bit more golden. This one in my hands, it looks a little darker, but let's see if I can. This is too dark, but anyways, bear with us. You can see that the color has changed a little bit here as well, and that's just through a little bit of time. I wore these throughout the winter. I haven't worn this in a while, but as soon as the cold temperatures come.
Yeah, I'm very excited. Very excited. We're releasing sweatshirts in September, end of September. Perfect time for sweater shopping because the first season we launched a product, we launched it in December, so it was already like in the middle of the winter. This time you get to wear it. We get to sell it for a longer time.
Right. Jab27 writes, it looks like sheep wool after it's washed. Very nice. Yes, it does have that kind of sheepy looking feel to it. Good observation. Pedro writes, enjoy my ultimate Pima. I might be picking it up in black as well, unless there's plans for a yellow or orange one in the works. No yellow or orange in the works for the ultimate Pima. Those are going to remain black and white for now.
Yeah, let's talk about ultimate Pima because some of you might notice on our website a lot of sizes are gone. It's mostly the white is. I think we still have double extra large, but everything else is sold out. Black also are selling out very fast. I think large and extra larges are gone. Maybe extra small is gone too. So we don't have a restock date scheduled for those. But we are shipping most of our retail partners who had them on the order. They're getting them with the fall winter sweatshirt order. So basically, they're getting them. They're receiving them right now. So they haven't started selling them. So there's gonna be a handful. I think a few. Most of our retail partners have.
A handful of them.
Yeah,
coming.
so it's not gonna be a lot, but if you look through all the stockist list, you may be able to find them in maybe a couple weeks or so.
Yeah, if you're really looking for one, having trouble, you can send us an email and we can see if we can locate one for you. If not, just sit tight because they'll be back in the new year.
Yeah. So, the only retail partner who had the Ultimate Pima at the same time as we did was Redcast Heritage, and they already sold out too. So that was, it actually performed way better than we thought, which is great. We're very grateful.
Yeah. I have to say that's kind of a theme with everything that we've done so far.
Yeah.
It's been, we're this is all fully funded by ourselves. Like this is all us.
There's no investors.
There's no investors. There's no nothing. It's all our personal money going into everything. So, we want to make sure that what we're doing is the right product. We're taking baby steps. And like, even when we make stuff, we're like, all right, like this is it. And like, we think we made a lot. And then all of a sudden it sells out in 6 weeks when the plan was 6 months.
Yeah. And especially with Tsuriami styles, the lead time is much, much longer.
Yeah.
As you can imagine, it takes longer time to knit anything, and it's also a very limited machine. So, with double heavyweight T-shirts, we are, we restocked them since the beginning. We restocked them like a couple times already. The turnaround is not that long, but with Tsuriami it's going to be very long. So Ultimate Pima, we don't have any date set yet, but we will.
Yeah, so it's coming. David Reyes writes, I was just gifted today the double heavyweight Crew. Love the chain stitch embroidery, initials on the sleeve. Beautiful work, Risa.
Thank you.
Hope you enjoy it. Fantastic.
Wow, that's a great gift.
It's a great gift, and it's really the great time of year, unless you're still here in hot Japan. But even if you are, you just hold on to that for a few weeks. But yeah, I'm looking, because we make so many sweatshirts. I'm like, I want the winter to come, so I can wear them some more. So looking forward to that. Jab27 writes, the Navy XXL sold out so fast I couldn't get one. The Navy
sold out? I thought we still had them.
Risa's gonna double check. Okay. Pedro writes, man, I'm glad I got mine when I did and not dying for a black one now, but in the future getting another color. Well, thank you very much. Okay. So we talked about that. We have a little list of things that we wanted to make sure we talked about. Sweatpants. We touched on sweatpants just briefly at the start. We were just showing that some of the photos are up on the website now, but I wanted to go over the details of the new sweatpants with you guys. So I'll put this over here. And so these are...
We are sold out.
We are sold out in that Navy XXL. Do you know approximate restock on that?
No, because we just restocked them.
Jeez.
It's
all right.
The orders are not in yet.
Yeah. Alex writes, are the sweatpants stitched with cuffs? They are not. Actually, that was something we should probably... on the website, we rolled up the cuffs because we wanted to show...
Yeah.
We wanted to show the interior. Anyway, I guess we'll put that in the product copy that they're not stitched like that.
Right.
Yeah. Anyhow, double needle stitch across the bottom, straight leg. Now, the reason why we didn't do an elastic hem is because you can't hem an elastic hem. So these come in at, what's the inseam on these?
And it depends on the size, but medium comes in at 78 centimeters, which
Risa's going to double check that one for everybody.
28 centimeters. 2 inches will be 31.
31. Right. So, and also, unlike jeans, a lot of people, you're going to wear these a little bit lower on the hips. So the inseam is going to be a little bit, like, despite the measurement, the actual, like, way that they fit will be a little bit longer.
Yeah, because you don't want the crotch right up
in your junk.
crotch.
So the crotch is long. You wear it a little bit lower on the hips, and then you can roll it, you can hem it, you can cuff it, whatever you want. So we give you a straight leg option, so the fit doesn't change. And you know what? I just remember having a great pair of straight leg sweatpants that I really loved, and I just wanted to make sure that we do that because as much like I don't mind elastic bottoms, but if they're long.
Yeah,
they're no good.
It bunches up, especially with like a fabric like this.
Yeah.
If it bunches up, it's gonna look weird.
Yeah.
But also, I do think that, you know, this way, like you can wear a little bit more cleanly.
Yep.
Like the elastic bottom kind of screams very athletic, which, you know, it's not a bad thing, but we just wanted to have like a little bit, you know, like a higher scale pants.
Like I wore these on a trip to Hawaii, and like just wearing these in the airport and wearing these on the plane, like I didn't feel like sometimes, you know, I've worn sweatpants on the plane before, but I felt a little bit more
too underdressed.
Yeah, but with these I didn't feel that way.
Yeah.
Right? Because the sturdiness of this fabric just kind of wears like a more like a trouser or a jean.
Especially in darker colors like this. Like, gray is a little sporty, but like with these darker colors, solid colors, I think it does kind of does look like a pant.
Yeah. So, but as far as details go, just like our sweatshirts, you do have that elastic, you have that rib side panel. So this is going to stretch with you as you need. So that's, I think, a really, really cool detail. You don't see that in a lot of sweatpants at all. You have the back single back pocket / pockets on the side, so you know you can carry your cell phone or whatever it is that you need to carry. You've got you covered. We've got that drawstring cord here as well, elastic with the drawstring, so it's got both. So a very, very durable sweatpants. This is, I don't think anyone's ever made a sweatpants this heavy before. I'm excited for this one. This was another one of these things where we're like, I hope they like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be fair, yeah, we weren't like no. You know, it's like we definitely wanted to make it, but we were a little concerned about how heavy this fabric is and how like that's suitable for sweatpants.
Yeah.
But you know, when they came in, like obviously the Fleece FoxFibre is super cozy. You know,
that one's easy.
It's very like you know, I can sleep in them. I would love to sleep in them.
Yeah.
It's just wonderful. But these ones, surprisingly, was so good.
Yeah, I was worried they'd fall off my butt. So when we got the sample, I wore them for a while just to make sure that they were wearable, and they're absolutely wearable. I didn't have any issues with them, like, you know, basically with any of my worries with them falling off my butt. It was fine. I had the elastic was there, the drawstring was there. It wasn't so heavy that it was just, you know,
and I really,
terrible.
Really like the feeling of being in them. Like it kind of feels like
it's comforting,
like a big hug.
It is like wearing the hoodie. Like if you've worn the double heavyweight hoodie, you put that on and you're like, okay, I'm wrapped in a blanket right now and it feels fantastic. This is the same thing. And so this, like, paired up with like a double heavyweight T-shirt, it's a great outfit. You can mix and match these with the tops as well. So if you enjoyed the double heavyweight French terry sweater, I think you're going to enjoy these as well. So anyways, new sweatpants. The first production is going to be quite limited. Just we're testing the waters here, right? No, you know, this is, I think, a heavyweight sweatpant is just such a new category that I don't know how this is going to do. I'm sure there's definitely, I mean, if you're in the live stream, you're definitely, you know, a fan and a big supporter. But even then, I mean, you know, we have a lot of colors. We'll see how it goes.
Right.
And if it is a thing, then we'll ramp up production with these, you know, in the next season. Probably not for the spring, summer.
Right.
But back again for the fall, winter, and then it'll become a regular product. If it sells well, it stays. So far, everything that we've made has sold well, so everything's here.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a limited thing, and not many of our retail partners are gonna have sweatpants either.
Yeah.
So
I think they were wary first season.
Right.
Yeah. So sometimes when you make new products, it's just how it is. like, you know, being in the industry for so long, that's just, you know, you might like it, the retailers might think it's neat, but they're gonna wait, right?
Right. I mean, it's you know, they're taking a risk, and
So
they don't like to do that.
right. So how much does the waist stretch for the sweatpants? Remanju writes, I mean, you got a decent amount of stretch in the waistband, and then you also have the drawstring. So I wouldn't get them so tight that you really have to extend these out maximum.
Yeah, the elastic is not because it's such a heavy sweatpants. The elastic is not like super loose, you know, like soft elastic.
It's a tough
sturdy
elastic
one. So if you get it too small, like too small for your waist, then it's gonna be like
you.
uncomfortable.
So there is a measurement guide. Please be sure to use that.
The measurements of the waist are taken with just, you know, not pulling it to stretch it. So
yeah. Jap27 writes, what's the GSM ounce of the sweats? Well, it's the same fabric as the top, so 701 GSM, around 21 ounces or 20 and a half ounces per square yard. So true GSM, not fake GSM. That's you know, we talked about this early in Wonder Looper.
Yeah.
But I think it's probably worth reminding people about GSM claims and how a lot of GSM claims out there are BS and why. So, you want to start this one?
All right. Okay. So, one thing we noticed, coming from, you know, denim background, like denim ounce is always ounce per square yard. But when it comes to knit fabric, a lot of the times the fabric mills tells you, like you ask them, like, what's the weight, like what's the weight we ended up with this new fabric. They'll be like, oh, this is the weight, and that's the weight per
linear yard.
Yeah, or meter.
Yeah,
linear yard or meter, and that depends on, like, if it's a wide knit fabric, then it would, like, if the linear yard is, say, you know, 400 grams, there's a difference between 400 grams that are like this wide and 400 grams that are this wide, right? Like this one would be much heavier. Like you would feel the heavierness of the fabric. And, you know, obviously when you wear blah, 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 it's all going to feel heavier. But I think a lot of the confusion comes from the fabric mills telling these information to the people who are making clothes. And it's like, oh, this is, you know, however many ounce. And they're going to take it as, oh, this is however many ounce per square yard. And then they just do a conversion, and it's just like, they call it like, okay, this is 20 ounce. But when you actually touch that fabric, you realize that there's no way this is 20 ounce per square yard. Yeah. It might be a very wide fabric that are 20 ounce per yard.
Yeah.
So it's...
And if you come from the denim world and you felt a 20 ounce denim, and then you feel like this, you know it's the real deal.
Yeah.
But, you know, you might find a sweatshirt that is advertising itself as, you know, 600 or 700 or 800 GSM, and you're like, this is not.
Yeah.
This does not feel like my heavyweight jeans. Even as we were starting Wonder Looper, and I was, you know, we're doing research, I would reach out to mills, I would reach out to factories, and, you know, I would. There was one in particular where they had some like wild like heavyweight claim, and then I asked them, like, what's the GSM? You know, you have this listed as a 24 ounce fleece. I'm like, what's the GSM? And they give me the GSM, like the actual GSM, and it was just so low. And I'm like, this is all BS.
So
right?
the problem comes in because when it's listed as ounce, you can understand why it might be a linear yard, like ounce per linear yard or ounce per garment sometimes.
Yeah, right. They sometimes do that, or sometimes they'll have like a double layered knit, and they'll use the weight of the two layers, and it's like, that's not how this works.
Yeah.
Right.
But then some brands, they realize that GSM is a common way to refer to weight in the knit fabric world. And they're going to be like, oh, okay, so how many, you know, I know this is however many ounce. how many GSM is that. But if you're not comparing ounce per square yard to GSM, you're just putting in a number that's arbitrary because the converter doesn't know how wide the fabric is.
Right.
So so sometimes that's how you end up with wrong GSM, because GSM stands for grams per square meter, right? So like that unit is supposedly that unit is reliable.
Unit. Yeah.
Like you know how heavy the fabric is. But if you reverse engineered from a wrong information, you obviously end up with wrong numbers.
Yeah.
So you can't always rely on GSM. And in our world, in Wonderlooper world, we always make sure to have a GSM that is correct, and also ounce per square yard. We don't always spell out ounce per square yard, although sometimes we do. But whenever we say ounce, that means ounce per square yard. Yeah. So you can compare, one fabric is wider, the other fabric is narrower, but you can always compare that numbers.
Yeah, like I know that in the streetwear world, when there's a lot of little streetwear brands and things like that, and they buy blanks, mm-hmm. right? And they want blank for a lot of these people, because they're not, they're artists and mm-hmm. they're not fabric people, right? Mm-hmm. And so their understanding of fabric is the higher the GSM, the better, right? That is a very baseline understanding for many people in the apparel industry. So there are blank manufacturers that boost their GSM claims by, they're being very deceptive. And number one, they use the term GSM, and they shouldn't. Sometimes they're using double layer fabrics, and then they're saying, or they're using, they'll say like, this is how many ounces the garment is. Mm-hmm. Like they'll use the entire garment ounce weight. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of like ways that they're very deceptive about it to come up with these high numbers for people. And the reality is that like there isn't really a lot in the above 500 GSM world. That's where you start to see things like not very common. Mm-hmm. Over 600, over 700, it's very rare.
Yeah, it's very rare. And as a consumer, like it's, if you don't have anything to compare to, I understand it's hard to get the grasp, like how heavy 700 GSM is. But when you touch our double heavyweight French terry, you will know how heavy 700 GSM fabric can be. So I think, and I don't even think that all the brands are doing this maliciously. No. I think there's a lot of ignorance. There's a lot of, like, regular people who don't know too much about fabric doing these things, like anybody can start a brand nowadays. So that's I think that's the biggest problem, that people don't even realize. They don't, they're lying to the customers. But we just want to put the information out there so you guys can be smarter about these kind of things too.
Right. So there it is. That's GSM in ounces. Unfortunately, very confusing.
It's very confusing.
Yeah. Because even, many years ago when we started, even I got confused by this. Mm-hmm. I would see these ounces per linear yard, and I'm like, what? And like, it wouldn't register to me, because I would just see ounces, 10 ounces, 12 ounces. I'm like, oh, okay. And then I would feel the fabric. I'm like, oh, wait, that doesn't feel like... Right. A 10-ounce denim. What's going on here? And then you figure out, oh, it's the linear yard. Mm-hmm. And like, why would you use that? Like, it makes no sense. The problem is that it makes no sense.
It makes no sense to us.
Yeah.
Who like consume the garment, but it does make sense to the manufacturers, because for, like, people shipping. Who are like selling the fabrics. Shipping and stuff too, but people who are selling the fabric, they're gonna give you a price based off of a meter, right? And the meter, like how much cotton you gonna use to make that fabric is kind of based off of like the weight of the fabric. So it has a direct connection to like how the price of the fabric would be. because you're selling by the meter. You're not selling by the meter,
Meter squared.
Meter squared. They're selling by meter of the linear meter.
Right.
So they're going to be like, oh, okay, so this is 500 GSM. That means that we're going to use this much cotton. So that means we're going to charge, this much for this fabric.
Right.
So it does make sense. But, as a brand, you have to, you have to get that information and convert it to something meaningful for the consumers. And a lot of brands don't do that. They just take that as like, oh, this is the information.
Right. Yeah, I don't want to go into too much of a rant time, but sometimes I'll look at like another, just what's out there in the world. I'll see some brands' websites and like their product descriptions are so, like there's nothing. It's just like 100% cotton, flannel, made in Portugal. And I'm just like, I'm like, they get away with, well,
they're selling.
They're selling, like whatever. Whatever works for them, right? They're selling aesthetics. That's true. But yeah, sometimes I'm like, wow, like I couldn't be that. I'm gonna say the word lazy. Mm-hmm. I couldn't be that lazy because like I'm generally interested in the fabric enough that I want to talk about it. You know?
To me, like I don't mind that. Like I understand, like we are in the niche area where like we're fabric nerds. Like our customers are fabric nerds. Like those are interesting information. I don't think it's interesting to everybody, honestly. But then don't claim anything. Don't say that if like it doesn't mean anything to you.
Right.
Like don't have just like a thing on the website just because.
Right. Alejandro, good to see you, my friend. Hey guys, love this info. It's crazy what some manufacturers try to get away with.
Yeah.
Well, they get away with it.
Yeah.
They get
Well,
away with
a lot of it is again ignorance.
Right.
So.
Ken writes, are you guys going to do tall sizes? I'm 6'8" and I love the medium heavyweight sweatshirts, but it's not long enough for me. Also, collar is too wide for me again. We don't have any plans at this point to do like extra tall items.
We're not, unfortunately, we're not
yet.
That big of a brand who can do that yet. But, eventually maybe. 6'8", that's,
you're a big
that's
man.
A very tall person. So
we sympathize with you.
Yeah.
If we get to the point, then we will certainly consider it. Yeah. But we appreciate you being here and letting us know. And, the more we hear from our customers, feedback, things that they want, we're definitely going to take that into consideration. So, I'm sorry it didn't work out for you, but appreciate you being here and letting us know. But yeah, 6'8", that's a big guy.
It must be hard to find clothing.
Especially for Japanese-made stuff.
Especially made, Japanese-made stuff. It's just like I think a lot of brands end at like
a North American medium. Yeah,
or maybe large. Nowadays, like all the brands are like oversized. Like the trend has been oversized for a long, long time. So all the brands kind of make a big enough size that can fit.
Maybe
people larger.
Yeah,
we're smaller people. So.
Yeah, there's not a lot of big and tall in Japan.
Yeah. But at least if you're very tall, you can. You can see far.
That's
you
it.
You can kind of look down at everybody.
All right. Okay, Alex, do you guys have a release date for the hoodie, sweatpants? Need them ASAP. Our aim, we're trying. Our aim is going to be for Saturday, the 23rd.
Yeah.
So this coming Saturday, September 23rd, our aim is to release the whole new collection.
Yes.
Everything.
If that doesn't work out, then we will let you know on Instagram. Just keep an eye out for that on the website and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But I think we can do it.
Yeah, it's based on how much we can photograph today, basically.
Yeah. I mean, guys, we have not had a day off for so long.
Yeah.
We've just been... So I'm not complaining, but it's just
we don't rest.
Yeah, we just we're just two of us,
Yeah. KW Fawn writes, where do sumo wrestlers get their clothes? Haha. Well, it's easy because they have loincloths and they have like kimonos. They don't. Yeah.
I mean, they do wear like, I mean, so like, if they're actual sumo wrestlers, they don't wear like t-shirts, and I mean, I've seen them wear like, you know, t-shirts and shorts and stuff like that, but they're not wearing like regular person's clothes all the time. They're wearing the kimonos.
They wear a kimono.
Yukatas and all that. So like, it really doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And they do have their, like, you know, there's enough of them that they do make clothing.
Yeah.
And we also have big and tall stores in Japan. It's not so common, and it's not, you know, I'm sure America have big. They have big and tall stores. Yeah. I'm sure they're not that big, but compared to American ones, but they are there. Like if your feet are big or if you're tall, you can go.
There are some options, but sumo wrestlers, there's in part of the city where like basically all the sumo dojos are. Do they call them dojos?
No, sumo bears. I don't know what's in English.
Anyways, the stables where they live. They all live there. It's not like they live in an apartment and they go to like train. No, they live in this house. They train all day. They eat together. They do everything together. It's a life. It is not like it's not like, you know, baseball. If you're the best baseball player, you get to go home. You know, your home is sumo. Yeah. Your entire life is devoted to it.
Although I think your top wrestlers, I do think they have like homes.
Maybe
they're not, you know, but especially when there's.
But it took like 20 years for you to get your home.
Oh yeah,
like, yeah. You lived in that place and with your teammates.
Yeah, because I mean, I don't think there's a way for like everybody to get like, you know, like, because it's a very strange, like, particular, you know, like, you're not just fat. Then you can't, like, you know, you can't fight. You know, you can't.
No, they're muscle.
They're muscle, but they're also, like, fat.
Yeah.
And, like, I don't know how that works, but there's, you know, like, you have to, that's a lifestyle. You can't just be, like, you know, eating healthy and then, you know, exercising and become a sumo wrestler. I think that's a completely different thing.
Yeah. Anyways, in their area, there are restaurants for the sumo wrestlers, and there's clothing stores, there's everything. Like, everything they need is all in this area, because that's where they all live. All right.
Yeah, so any of the sizing questions, somebody asked 32 ways, do you recommend a medium or large? Like, I definitely recommend you to take a sweatshirt, hoodie, whatever, that you have, that you like the fit of, and sweatpants, take measurements of that garment, because how you like your fit really, like, because sweatshirts, like, it's not like jeans where like you kind of have to be in, you know, like
there's a little more leniency with the sweatpants at least.
So like if you have something that's similar style as the garment you're looking at, then take a measurement. Just
as a generality, I'm a 32. I wear the medium.
Yeah.
Generally, if you're 31, 32, 33, you're probably in the medium range, but do those measurements just to make sure. Okay, Alejandro, with a good question, because this may happen to some people with one of our white T-shirts. I have a slightly off-topic question, not that off-topic, but I figured I would ask, what's the best way to get a chili or oil stain out of a white shirt? Asking for a friend.
Okay, so I think the oil stains are a little bit difficult to handle. I recommend using the dishwashing soap first. First of all, don't wash it like in the washing machine first, because that really like
sets it.
Yeah, sets it in. It's gonna be harder to take that off. Before you wash or do anything, you put on a little bit of a dishwashing soap. Dishwashing soap is like a neutral pH soap, so that I think that, you know, dishwashing soap was meant to take off like
grease and oil.
Greasy, thing. So like it that should help. And then, you know, dab it would, you know, don't try to like I don't know.
Don't scrub it too hard.
Yeah.
But yeah, pre-treat it with a little bit of dish soap. Cover the entire area. Make sure it's nice and soapy. Maybe just run your finger over it and wash that out. And then once that's done, you should be ready for wash. But you definitely want to pre-treat those oil stains and do it the sooner the better. Don't let them set in for too long. Oil stains can be a little annoying, a little troublesome. But
and I do recommend that if your dishwashing soap doesn't work, like you spot clean that and wash that soap off, and the stain's still there. I recommend taking it to a professional cleaner because they have the ability to take off those kind of stains. There's I have a little. Because I use a machine that uses machine oil, so I have a spray, a couple of things, the chemicals that takes off the oil stains. But you don't. Those are industrial things. You don't have to get that if you take it to a professional cleaner. They have that, and they can take that off. Most of the time.
Right. Do you want to show that? Just to maybe people might be interested.
But
it is Japanese. Anyways, if you're in Japan, I don't think you can fly with an aerosol can, but we do have something like that here at home. Okay, Risa's gonna get that. We're gonna show that off, and then we're gonna move on. So yeah, these are the products here.
Yeah. So this one takes out the oil stain, and this one is because when you take out the oil stain with this, it sometimes leaves a
ring.
Yeah. And this one takes off the ring. So
yeah.
It is a process. Yeah. It smells horrible. It smells like gasoline. I don't recommend you getting this just for your stains. I think it's so much easier to take it to a professional.
Yeah. Even more, just be careful with your white shirts.
Right,
yeah. It's okay. Alejandro writes, I was afraid to do anything because I didn't want it to set. This is very helpful. Thank you. Yeah. Obviously with your white shirts or with anything, that's just some good pro tips there. Obviously stains are going to happen. Professionals, they know what to do, but especially if you get oil, try to treat that quickly with some dish soap, and that should help reduce potential long-term bad effects.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay. I want to get into main event. I think this is all the main event, but I want to get into the new stuff. Okay. So we talked about Fall Winter 23. Fall Winter 23 tentatively will release on Saturday, September 23rd. Mm-hmm. What we're going to show you now is there's no release date yet, but it's going to be 2024. Mm-hmm. This is Spring Summer 2024 collection. This is the world's preview. Nobody's ever seen this, not even our retail partners. If you're a retail partner of ours, you're watching in the chat, or you're watching here, thanks for joining. Let's check it out. Let's start off with the Super Looper French Terry. Now, it wasn't enough for us to have the heaviest French Terry out there. We also had to have what I think is the equivalent of the slubbiest French Terry out there. And we call it the Super Looper because this is a Tsuriami knit French Terry with the craziest loop pattern you're ever going to see. And so it is just, it's hard to see, but random size. It's super shaggy on the inside. And the loop patterns are random, and they're big, and they're small. And when you put this on, it just feels like you're wearing a heavy towel. It is great if you're in the spring. This is going to be very nice. If you're active, it's just going to help absorb sweat and things like that. Very, very comfortable to wear. The colors we have are going to be, the heather gray, we didn't get the full size sample yet, but we do have a classic heather gray. We've got primary colors in the blue. We've got the red, and then we have this awesome green color. I'm going to throw one of these on.
Yeah.
And so these are a lot of fun to wear. They're not as heavy, so they're going to be something that you can wear year-round, and especially nice for the spring, summer. Yeah, so I've got the medium on right here in the blue. Looks great. I think it goes perfectly with the jeans. Green looks fantastic with the white T-shirt. Like this is just
and,
such a.
So we use this Ecru
Zip
tape and Ecru. It's actually really like
just a nice,
my
it's
favorite.
very sporty and matches great. And then in addition to the Super Looper French Terry, we also have shorts. So we do have the matching shorts. So
in the same fabric.
Yeah. So this is the same as the sweatpants, but cut to about knee length.
Yeah, I mean it's a little wider in the leg, obviously because it's short, but
right.
Yeah. So it's the same style, same design details and everything, and this, you know, you can mix and match, you can match, you can, you know, do whatever. But these shorts are great.
Yeah, and I'll get some macro photos of this up soon, but you really have to see how crazy this texture is on the inside. It is.
It's
just,
like a lawn.
It's
it looks like
wild.
Yeah. And these are Tsuriami fabric, so it's going to like age really nicely.
Yeah.
It's going to have the like a
natural
very
stretch
nice,
and bounce.
Yeah.
And then also on the outside of the fabric, as crazy as the inside is, the outside is classic and clean, right? So you don't have to deal with, you know, a crazy exterior or something that looks fuzzy and weird. You can enjoy that on the inside, and you can have that crazy texture that just feels nice and, you know, has a very nice tactile experience and a classic look on the outside. I like the mix and match aspect of all of this. So this is the new Super Looper French Terry. Are the hoods on the Super Loopers double ply?
Yes.
These are double ply because they're not as thick as the double heavyweight.
Although it is pretty, you know, pretty beefy.
Yeah, it's still a beefy sweatshirt.
Yeah.
The GSM, Risa's gonna get it. I don't remember it offhand, but
it's 400.
Yeah, 400 something. Risa's gonna get the double confirmation here. These look super comfortable. They're very, very comfortable, and I'm just a big fan of these all around. The colors are fantastic. Great for the spring, great for the summer, great for the fall. 446 GSM. So still a beefy. You're getting a lot of cotton here, and then you just got a great French Terry on the inside. Yeah. So
I just love these colors.
Look at it. It's crazy.
It's great.
It's cool.
Like the green one, like it really looks like
a
like a fake grass.
Yeah. So we'll get some more detailed shots up, and you can really appreciate it when you see it, and especially when you touch it, you know you're touching something different. So that's what we try to aim for with Wonder Looper, is that any fabric that you have is gonna give you that wow. You know, I haven't seen this before. I haven't experienced this before, and you know, we're pushing it.
Yeah. So I mean, with the fall winter collection, you know, double heavyweight obviously is very, very thick, keeps you warm.
Yeah.
Fleece FoxFibre, it's very fuzzy and cozy.
Yeah.
These ones are cozy, but
in a more casual way.
For the spring, summer, like it's you know, for in between seasons. I mean, maybe not in the dead of summer where you might not wear a sweatshirt, but it just keeps you comfortable. It's cozy still, but not, you know, like, and then, you know, with the combination of the color, like we just, you know, this is the new territory we're going to, and I'm very excited.
Yeah. So, Super Looper, the Wonder Looper, Super Looper, French Terry. I think the name came out good.
Yeah.
So that's it. We have the double heavyweight, we have the Super Looper, and then we have a new Tsuriami T-shirt that we're very excited for, and that is the new Tsuriami Brown Fox T-shirt. So it's going to be
100% Fox Brown.
100% FoxFibre.
Yeah.
And so one thing that you should know about FoxFibre is that FoxFibre isn't just one color of cotton. There's actually a variety of colors of cottons within the FoxFibre world. FoxFibre is the naturally grown, organically grown, naturally colored cotton. Mm-hmm. And this was developed by Sally Fox over very, very many years. It's grown in America. It's actually grown in the same farm. It's a farm in El Paso called Alvarez Farm, and they grow the ultimate Pima. They also grow FoxFibre. They are the only growers of FoxFibre. You know, I don't know. That's another story. But we were a little brief summary of it. But we were talking with Sally a couple of weeks ago because we were doing an interview with her for a magazine here in Japan. And actually, we're gonna be meeting with Sally's gonna be visiting Japan soon. We hope to well, not we hope we're gonna be meeting with her and learning a lot more from her as well. But at one point, like FoxFibre was gonna be a thing. It was gonna be a thing, and there were many growers in America. But
and it was a thing. I would say
it was a thing. But this is a long story. But the short version of it is just through bad trade agreements, it decimated the industry. And now only in one farm in America do they still grow it, and only in Japan there's only one buyer in Japan, one company, the company that we work with, that buys all of the cotton and spins it to yarn. So FoxFibre can only be it's an American Japan collaboration, essentially, and so you can only get it you can only get this yarn through our supplier here in Japan. And this particular variety of FoxFibre is the darkest color of FoxFibre. FoxFibre does come in a variety of colors, is different shades of brown, but this is 100% FoxFibre. It's a variety called Fox 80B, and it's the darkest form of it. And you get this beautiful natural brown color, no dyes, no pesticides, no nothing, as natural as can be. Our yarn spinner uses vintage yarn spinning machines to make a naturally slubby yarn. We're not talking about like crazy big slub, yarns, but it does have a inconsistency to it. And then we put it through the Tsuriami, which gives it a true, authentic, vintage construction. And that's what we have here, is a very natural, old school T-shirt. It's got a great texture. You can actually see on the inside it's a lot slubbier. But you can see some of the neps in there as well. This is still a work in progress. We're still doing some developments on this. Maybe through the light you can see some of the slubbiness as well. I don't know if you can see it so well, but in person I can see how the light shines through, and you can see the different layers of texture. Anyhow, new Fox Tsuriami T-shirt, all natural. We have a new tag designed for it also. So we have like a FoxFibre tag, which
is made from FoxFibre too.
This is the best part.
It's 100%, unfortunately, but
it's mostly made from FoxFibre. Like, we went the extra distance and got extra FoxFibre yarn just so we can make the tags out of FoxFibre as well. So when we say 100% FoxFibre, it's as close to 100% FoxFibre as you can actually get. Nope, like when you see a garment that says 100% cotton, that doesn't include the tags and the buttons and things like that. But for this one, boy, did we really get close to it. So that'll be the new tag. I think we're going to see it next week.
Yeah, we're gonna see the sample next week, see how it came out. It's funny because like our tag manufacturer, they make everything in Japan too, and they are like, I asked them about like, what about FoxFibre? Can we make it? And they're like, I don't know. Like, I don't even know how to source that. Nobody has ever done that with us, and so we have to send them like a test, yarns, and then they, test weave some things, and they're like, okay, I think we can do it.
Yeah.
Like, it's
so the tags will age as you wash it and everything. It's I think it's going to be beautiful. Cool. All natural T-shirt, as natural as you can get. I'm looking forward to this one. I cannot wait to release this one. A nice earth-toned shirt. Everybody needs something like this. Tsuriami, FoxFibre, Fox 80B variety of cotton.
Yeah.
So
we're still working out some kinks, so can't guarantee that it's going to be ready at a certain time.
Yeah.
We don't even.
This is the first sample, so things as with everything, you make some changes here and there. But
one thing to note is that like FoxFibre is the only reason why we can make yarns out of naturally brown cotton is because of Sally Fox.
Mm-hmm.
She worked for decades and with like with the magic of biology.
Yeah.
they she was able to make a long enough staple cotton in this beautiful colors to make yarns, but it still have some, like, it's not like most commonly used cotton, and there's a lot of things attached to it, so it's a little complicated, I have to say. But
she made it her life's work to develop and, you know, spread the word of this cotton. You know, natural cotton, like brown cottons, exist in nature, and many of them, just a couple of very fun, interesting facts about FoxFibre is that the naturally colored cottons that she first came across were from South America. And the problem with them was that the fiber lengths were not very long. So you couldn't spin it into a usable yarn. So it's through her work and through crossbreeding that she was able to take these unusable cottons and produce them into a usable cotton. Right? But fun fact about, you know, as she brought them up from South America to grow, because those natural cottons were kind of like wild cottons, they were very like pest resistant, and they could just grow under like odd circumstances. So they had a lot of like resiliency in them, and that was a reason why, part of the reason why you don't need to use the pesticides on them, because they're just naturally pest resistant. And also in the climate that they're grown, there's fewer pests, there's more sunlight in the day, cooler nights, natural defoliation, which helps with the processing of it so that you don't have to use chemicals to like take off all the leaves. So there's a lot of things that are involved in, you know, it's not just put this in the ground. It's, you have to understand where you're putting it, what kind of nutrients are here, what kind of, you know, benefits we have from the natural environment that produces this incredible cotton.
Yeah.
So,
and a fun fact, it's actually the brown fox is naturally like flame resistant too, apparently. So like, you know, obviously
I'm not gonna make that full claim.
Like what do you call it?
Retardant.
Yeah. No, but it is kind of a cool fact.
Yeah.
It's just such a wonderful plant.
Yes.
It's great, but again, like, because of those, you know, like just how special it is a challenge, and we really wanted to make this 100% 100% Fox fiber products, and we're still working on more products like that. But it's exciting. It's a start of like something really.
As big. We have proven to our mills and manufacturers that we are not a fly-by-night. You know, one of the things that when we started, you know, some of the fact, even though, you know, we've been in the industry for a long time, you know, I would say that factories are very hesitant to start with, you know, new people, because even for them, there's a lot of time invested in getting things started up, and they're like, if we're gonna do this for one season, it's not really.
And also, the textile industry is very split into woven and knit. And they're just such a weird division of like the industry. Like, if you're like a consumer, you look at brands, most brands make both, you know. They make shirts and they make sweatshirts, they make jeans, they make sweatpants, whatever. But like the industry itself is really divided. So like, even though we have been in this industry for a long time, we know a lot of people in the denim world, woven world, but we didn't have the same kind of connections and reputations as like in the knit world as we did in the woven. So that was like the initial like, you know, a little bit of a struggle too, just to prove ourselves.
And like, we'd have these meetings, and like the meetings, like you'd leave them and they're like, I don't think they want to do business with us. Like they're kind of like being like, no, they're like underselling their abilities, and they're like, I'm like,
they wanted us
to go away. And it was like, okay. But like, you know, we put in our first order and they're like, huh. And then, you know, things have continued, and so they're starting to warm up to us much more. So we have the ability to have access to different things and request things that are a little bit out of the box. So that's coming, you know, with thanks to your support, obviously. That's allowing us to, you know, be even more creative in this, you know, knitwear world. So
let's answer some questions.
All right.
Somebody I can't read it. How heavy is the FoxFibre T? So this fabric, as is 226.
Something 220, 230
around.
Yeah.
So it's a similar weight to Ultimate Pima. So that's like 6.8.
Something ounces.
6.7.
So it's a heavier weight tee. It's not like a flimsy, super light tee. But this is still in development, so that may change a little bit here and there. So just keep that in mind. This is literally the first fabric sample that we got.
So we still consider it heavyweight. It's just like a regular heavyweight.
Yeah.
Like our double heavyweight.
Right. How does the feel of the FoxFibre T compare to the Ultimate Pima?
This one it's not like a long staple cotton.
Yeah.
So the Ultimate Pima is very, very clean, smooth, very drapey, soft material. This one, obviously it's soft. And I think we're gonna like rinse wash this also. So it's going to be soft, obviously, to the touch, but it's not like a smooth, like, it's
not so silky like the Ultimate Pima is. Yeah. Will any of these be available in California?
We have a retail partner in Oakland.
Yep. So Standard and Strange.
Strange is that's the only one.
I think that's the only one in California.
Check out our retailer
availability listing. So we can go. I can show you where to find that. So if you go on our website, you go to Stockists right here, and it gives you a list of all of our retail partners. So Standard and Strange has just been added. They haven't received goods yet, but they are going to be arriving soon. And yeah, we hope to expand a little bit more.
But not too much.
Yeah, we're
still very like it's just the two of us. First of all, so we can't handle a lot of volume yet. And also, I think our products are so specific that it needs to have a retail partner that can, that can be excited about this, that can explain this to the consumers. I don't want to be like a weirdly expensive brand in a store that,
doesn't know how to tell the story, what's going on. Like
we're not expensive for the sake of luxury or whatever. Like it's luxury, but like it's true luxury.
Yeah.
We're very committed to telling the story,
developing the best fabrics possible.
Yeah.
And like if you were to walk into a store that was just a regular store, like if this was in a department store, this would hang on a rack and would be a brown t-shirt.
Yeah. And, there are a lot of brands who sell, very expensive t-shirts for no reason, like,
or an unknown reason, right? You don't know why.
Yeah. But there are a lot of t-shirts being sold at our price points, but most of them are just luxury brand. Like they sell the image, they sell the aesthetics and all that stuff. And, I have nothing against them, but we don't want to be one of those brands because it's such a waste. We're making something really special and we want only to sell through a channel that can be explained.
Yeah. And for customers who know what they're buying, right? So I think that's very important. That's why we do these live streams also, just to give you all the lowdown, download our knowledge onto you guys and let you know what's coming out. David Reyes writes, any ETA for Standard and Strange? No specific ETA at the moment, but I'm going to say in the next couple of weeks, you can expect something.
Well, we don't know like each retailer's like workflow is.
Yeah.
Some retailers can turn around like the received shipments like online like right away.
Yeah.
Other takes a little bit of time. So we can't promise anything. But hopefully sooner than later. They do have their physical stores. I'm sure it'll
probably be in store before it's online because they have to take photos and all that stuff.
Exactly.
But yeah, so soon. Adam N writes, Denali ships worldwide. This is true. Many of our retail partners ship worldwide. So even if there's not something near you, check with one of our retail partners. They have, everybody's pretty willing to get the goods out to whoever's looking for it. Pedro writes, BD has entered the chat. Yes, the producer. BD is in the house. Good to see you, my friend. Good question. Will you ever think about doing hoodie string colors? I could see that. That could be something down the line.
Yeah.
I just have
I'm
to say that
very-
like the minimums per color on these is very high.
Yes.
So
we do have a lot of colors.
yeah.
But I really like, especially for this.
Yeah.
Oh, this, it's just I like
Yeah.
the pop of the
creamy,
crew
yeah,
color.
yeah.
It just makes it
Yeah.
look so much better.
But yeah.
I'm just so happy with the gorge.
Yeah.
The new gorge.
So yeah, these are already new. Maybe it is not a bad idea to have like different colors, and you can
Obviously,
change
yeah,
them yourself.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Hey, it's a
that's
good
down
idea.
the line.
It's a good idea. Okay. Somebody wrote. I'm just looking through here. Somebody wrote a question about Blue Owl Workshop. We're not selling to them at the moment, but we do know Jay quite well, and we'll be talking to him, showing him the new collection soon. So
Yeah.
maybe.
If you want it in there, maybe nudge them in
Yeah.
the right
let
direction.
them know there's someone waiting for it out there in Seattle.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Let me see. The Raven writes, is it true that FoxFibre darkens over time? Yeah. It
Well-
darkens with sun. It darkens with wash. So it does change color over time.
Right. I read some studies about
Let's
that
see if I can find
in
something.
specific. Fox brown tend to not change that much in color. The fox green really changes color. So that's it's still a natural thing. So the fox brown also changes color over time just a little bit, but you maybe to the degree that it might not so noticeable. Fox green, you see it. You
Yeah.
definitely see it.
I'm trying to find it on the, Sally's website if she has a. I think they had like a color progression thing. Yeah, hold on a second, guys.
You did not FoxFibre.
Oh, I spelled it wrong. You want to maybe if there's another question in there
Okay.
while I do an internet search.
We could also dye our own if we were keen. Thanks for answering that one. Sorry, I missed that one. Yeah, so Wild Frontier Goods. Yeah, they have been, they're friends of ours, and they have been like doing a little bit of interesting natural dye things on our t-shirts and stuff like that. I've seen some like really really interesting dyes and nice colors. So we don't obviously we can't make a ton of different colors. So if you like natural dye, if you like hand dye and all that stuff, like you could contact them to arrange a dye.
Yeah. All right, I found it over here. So you can see that the brown does change a little bit over time. So you can see unwashed, 2 washing, 6 washing, and these are just there are actually more colors than this available, but you can see it does progress a little bit darker. The green is where you really see a little bit more, and sometimes what they'll do is they'll mix brown and green together, and it's the green within the mixed FoxFibre cotton that really matures it a lot more. So sometimes you'll see that certainly I can see us doing like a fox green at some point.
Yeah, definitely. I'd love to do that.
So it's all coming. It's all coming. But yeah.
But they also have like a I don't know how this whole dye thing works. I should probably learn a little bit more. But they use iron modal. Yeah, to kind of basically cook the cotton with like brown cotton with the iron something in it in the water.
Yeah.
Or whatever, and then they create really nice like muted like steely version of those colored cottons. So I'm really interested in that too. I think when we have this t-shirts, we're gonna start with this brown because we love this brown.
Yeah.
But we can I can see us expanding to different colors of this undyed cotton.
Right.
Yeah.
The Raven writes, are there any plans for hot weather-friendly knitwear, something that could breathe in 26 degrees Celsius or higher?
I think it's 26.
Lighter. I can at some point we'll have to do like a lightweight tee. Like we do a beefy tee, like a heavyweight tee. You can wear these in 26 degree plus. I have. The key is to wear them bigger. Large, XL. Like sometimes I'll wear the XL in the Pima tee, and it's perfect because it's.
I find the Pima tee like level like perfect. I don't want it any thinner because I think I like white tees and white T-shirts.
Sometimes like when they get too clingy. When they're too thin, they get a little clingy
and see through.
Yeah.
And I don't want that. I don't know.
Right. So
but let us know what you guys are looking to.
We'll figure it out. But I think the real key is to wear the T-shirts loose.
Yeah.
And you'll have a good time with them in the heat. That's how I've been doing it. Okay. Adam N. I love selling the FoxFibre products. They make people so happy. Absolutely. People really appreciate this. This is real. This is natural. Like there's so much story to this cotton, and I'm very happy that we're promoting it even more. And we're looking forward to having even more products down the line. So
speaking of hot weather,
we do have the shorts.
We're gonna have shorts, so these are great for summer.
Yeah, Nicholas Villepou writes, the Pima tee works for me in the Japanese summer.
Yeah.
If you can survive the Japanese summer, it's hot. Fine. Like you like. I think I talked about it in every live stream that I've done for like the last couple of months, but it's hot out here.
Yeah, well, everybody's having a hot summer.
Yeah.
Japan is no exception. Our summer has been very long and hot, so it's and humid.
Yeah.
So.
Right. Jap27 writes, does the cotton on inside the super looper flake off easily? Not at all. No, it's not. It's not going to come off. It's in there, so it's not gonna flake off at all. Okay. I think.
But it probably does get caught on a lot of things. So when you're washing it, you might have to be careful. We're gonna figure all of those things.
Yeah, we'll give you your wash recommendations with that. But I guess be careful of anything that could potentially snag.
Oh.
What?
We forgot to talk about the new color. Sorry, I'm really hot right
now. Oh, right. There is a new color.
New color in the double heavyweight T-shirts. I forgot to pull out the fabric swatch.
Oh, Risa's going to find it in just a second. Nick Pugh writes, hey guys, drifted across from the Naked and Famous chats, received my first Wonder Looper heavyweight tee this week. It's amazing. A little thick to wear here in Seoul at the moment. Yeah, the double heavyweight T-shirt in the Asian summer might be a bit hot.
I'm wearing double heavyweight too, but this is the first time in like at least like a month and a half that I wear this.
I'm wearing mine right now also. It's not so bad, but
we're in the
air-conditioned room.
But to go outside it might be a little hot still.
But being in Seoul, you guys get a real winter. Not like a Tokyo winter. So you'll be very happy when you get that when that snow starts to fall and stay on the ground.
Yeah. So speaking of the double heavyweight T-shirts, we have a new color finally coming out.
Charcoal gray.
Like before the holidays. Maybe in the next month or so. We got the charcoal gray. So we have we don't have it.
Oh. Yeah.
We don't have it.
All right.
We don't have
you know our heather gray. Hopefully you know our heather gray.
This is also a heathered gray, but it is a much darker version of the gray.
I'll pull up the website so you can see the original heather gray, and then we can do a little compararoo. Okay, so that's the original heather right here. Bang. So you've got the light, kind of more pale heathered gray. And then now we have the darker charcoal gray that's going to be coming this fall.
Yeah, it's going to be handsome. Our black is very, very, very black, like dark black. Mm-hmm. So we wanted something in between, and that's a perfect soft.
There you go.
Black.
BD, checking in from Ontario. My original double heavyweight khaki green hoodie has been perfect for nighttime baseball in the stands. There you
Nighttime baseball.
Well, it's getting cooler, right? You need a light jacket maybe some of these nights.
You're not playing. You're watching.
You're watching. You've got to watch in the stands. Miko, oh my God, I just got back home. Well, welcome. Welcome home. Is that a new blue? This is a new blue. This is the new Super Looper French Terry sweatshirt.
You got a new green.
Yeah,
too.
so it's
You got a new red on the
basically
back.
the equivalent of a big slub French terry, and it's just the most textured French terry we've ever seen, we've ever come across. It's a Tsuriami with loops that are random in size and shape. It feels like you're wearing a towel, and so it's got a great feel to it. Very, very comfortable, very cozy. These are going to come out for spring summer 24. We're going to have a couple options. You're going to have to rewatch the live stream to catch all the highlights. But
I mean, you say big slub, but like if you are a Naked and Famous fan, you might maybe like something similar to this is the King of Lord of Nep. You know, like it's so towely inside.
Yeah, that's it.
It's heavyweight, but it's so comfortable and soft.
Miko 17, a new green. So you have 2 new greens. Yeah, well, we have 3 greens, I guess, in total. We have the khaki green, we got the collegiate green, and now we just have green.
But just so you know, we are, obviously restocking and introducing new fits and new colors of the double heavyweight and fleece FoxFibre. But this is a fall release. And these are going to be spring release.
Summer
and
24.
at this time, we're not going to be stocking these. So, like, whatever that goes, sells out from the fall collection will not be restocked until the next fall.
Yeah.
So, obviously, not many people are wearing 700 GSM sweatshirts in the summer.
Yeah. Okay. KW Fawn writes, random question. Every time I wash my white heavy tee in the machine, it actually gets dirtier. Somehow. So I had to soak it again and hand wash it. Is that normal, or should I just hand wash them?
Are you washing with darker colored clothes?
Yeah, you should wash that with white.
Yeah, white always.
With white.
With white or very, very light. Like I mix sometimes very, very light gray that are not like dyed, but like heather, like a really light heather gray. Like it's not gonna affect it, but very light color only. Otherwise, all the even if it's not like a indigo denim or anything like that, the dye would definitely transfer.
Yeah.
So and if you want to brighten up your white, you can always use like OxyClean or bleach or anything that you feel comfortable with to just bump up the white.
KW Found writes, yes, all colors mixed in. Yeah, there's your problem.
Yeah, don't do that.
There's your problem.
I know it's annoying because I also had when I was younger, I never separated them.
Yeah.
But the white things does get like old looking really fast that way. So.
Yeah. I just remember that in The Office, remember when Michael Scott was separating colors? Separating the colors of the garbage? He's like, 7 years.
We don't recycle. Why was I separating dark garbage from light garbage?
So yeah, there you go. Devin Hurt chiming in. Soaking also helps with the white. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. There's a lot of good advice. I mean, even if you go on like some of those websites like for bleach and OxyClean and things like that, on like how to keep your whites white. If you go on the detergent websites, they have all kinds of great tips on how to use their products and
like also helpful YouTube channels and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Alexi, Risa, nice denim fades in your jeans you're wearing now.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I've been wearing this. This is the first sample of classic jeans. So this came out in like 2016 or something like that. So I've been wearing this for a long, long time.
Yeah, many washes.
Yeah, and it's so soft. It's 11 ounces. It's super lightweight. I should be talking about too much denim, but it's so comfortable now.
So there you go. Okay. Unless another question pops up, I think we should leave it there.
Yeah. Thank you so much for joining us. There's a lot of information here.
Yeah,
I'm
so
very excited.
There's a lot of new fun stuff coming out. I hope you're excited for it. If you have more questions, or something you'd like to know a little bit more about, there's always the comment section right here down below where we can help answer those for you. If you're not already a subscriber, I don't know what you're doing, but you should be doing a subscription so that you subscribe to the channel right now. Hit the like button haven't asked you, but hit the like button on the way out. Tell a friend about us if you think they'll be interested in our types of products. We'll see you guys again, on the Naked and Famous Denim live stream, of course, but we'll do another one of these Wonder Looper live streams. I think we kind of do them every other month, something like that. Maybe we'll do them a little bit more frequently. I would like to do, show of hands, we got to do a live chain stitching event. Risa's live chain stitching some stuff. That'd be kind of cool.
See, I would be so nervous of making mistakes and stuff like that I would just be so bad.
People will see how real it is. It's you make a mistake. It's not.
No, but it's like real when nobody's watching. I can do a certain level of things like. I'm very not good at like being watched. At competition and stuff, like I do the worst because people are watching.
It's okay. They're not there. They're just there.
All right. You distract them.
I'll distract them. Okay. Everybody, have a great one. Thank you for spending your Saturday evenings with us. We greatly appreciate it, as always. We'll see you guys again soon. And we hope you like, subscribe, and all that other stuff.
Let us know how you feel about the new products.
Yeah. See you soon. All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.